I mean, I don't know. What are you? What are you also known as? I'm confused.
I'm also known as Karma. Also known as.
All right. Who else? Who else?
Karma Chameleon.
Okay, I'm starting to get the picture now. All right. Who else?
Karma Kazi.
Okay. I think I know this guy. Now, give me one or two more.
Karma Sutra.
All right.
Depending on how I feel.
I know this guy.
Now, this one, you might not be I don't know if you know this one.
All right, hit me with it.
Naskana mini pop why. You already know.
Yeah.
And they know you as one name.
And
what's that name?
D-Trill. D-Trill.
D-Trill.
D-Trill.
Hey. D-Trill. Look, you ever think about doing a damn a new intro and everything? LA talk, man, just start the damn show.
LA don't give a fuck about that shit.
You know what I like about us?
What's that?
We do what we want.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's natural.
Yeah,
that we shit ain't was putting natural. On. That we just we have.
I didn't want you to think like, oh man, this pressure to fuck all that. You come up with one, you come up with one. Sure you don't. We're not gonna hang our hats on the fucking intro.
No doubt.
The meat of this podcast is all about being able to bring something to somebody that they did not realize, that made them think otherwise, and that brought them to, like a different kind of like place other than where they were before they saw the shit.
What?
Like if we can't
wait. Say it again.
That brought you
because
we can take you to if we could take you to another place other than what you was already thinking on a subject, then we did our job.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. I'm not here to like dazzle people with intros.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Like who cares about that?
Whatever,
But anyway,
we back.
How was your birthday, dog?
Oh yeah, that's right. My birthday, yo.
I from what I understand, it got a little dicey.
It did. It did
got a little dicey.
It got a little dicey.
Yeah.
But I had a great birthday, man. I spent it with one of my favorite people on the planet. That's my sister, my youngest sister, Goldie. Shout out to Goldie. Mom, I wasn't in New York. I was in, she's in Charlotte. We both from NY, of course, but she lives in Charlotte. So I went to Charlotte, which, that's like a hop, skip, and a jump.
Your sister lives in Charlotte now?
She does. She's been living in Charlotte for years. So
quick question. Why do Northerners come down south?
Because the cost of living, you got to be rich to be poor in New York, pretty much.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it just makes sense. As you get older, the whole novelty of, I gotta be, we born and raised there. Like, you ain't gotta live there your whole life. You understand? We experienced that.
Yo, you let Colleen tell it, yo. Colleen do not be, Colleen be like, yo, she be like, move down here.
Lena, filmmakers lab don't be playing with that.
Damn about that shit.
Yes.
But like a lot of Northerners have like a lot of Northern pride. You know what I'm saying? New York, Boston, mainly those two. Yeah, and it's like it's crazy to listen to them talk about in New York, blah 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 blah, and then it's like it really like the next 4 sentences after that they'll tell you how bad it sucks.
Yeah, I mean
that's been my experience the entire.
Yeah.
Tell me. I mean, I don't really want to get too far.
So the good and bad, we ain't gonna
dive into that too much. Like how does that work though?
Nah, man, it is. I mean, honestly, if the cost of living was like it is, I mean, even here it's getting high, but it's nowhere near what it would be in New York. So if it was like the same cost of living, I don't know. I might be back home. But then again, I love Atlanta, man. I fell in love with Atlanta.
I tell you who
I fell in love with Atlanta years ago, man. I really do love Atlanta. I'm not gonna lie.
Not leaving, and that's from the north.
Who's that?
Colleen.
Yeah, Lane ain't going nowhere. Yeah,
Colleen, like,
lean with it, rock with it.
Lean with it, rock.
I gave her I gave her some AKAs too.
Lean with it, rock with it. Lean with it, rock with it.
She ain't going nowhere. She love it. She loves it here.
Nah, she definitely expressed that.
She might love it here more than I do. I love it, but she loves it.
Yeah.
I
was on the way down here, man, and instead of doing a live, I was looking at my feed or whatever.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize that this was like a week ago or whatever.
Right. About a week ago.
Brittany Griner wrote President Biden a letter basically saying, hey, don't forget about me. And I was like, wow. Yo, she had to do that. She had to do that.
Don't forget about me.
It was like, man, yo, you know when she said in her letter, dog, she was like,
oh my God.
She was like, the first time I've ever voted, I voted for. Yo, she was selling her validity in the letter, like, hey man, look out for your girl, man. For real, don't forget about me.
Wow.
And I was like, damn, you gotta do that? That ain't just on that motherfucker's plate.
She got to make sure. She need to make. You know what I'm saying? That's all she's doing. She's
securing the bag.
Securing the bag.
She's securing the bag.
I mean, you can't assume anything. You just got to be. Yo, I get that. You know, I get that.
That they said the living conditions in that situation is terrible too. Like, you know, it's like, I mean, it ain't like Rice Street. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't like pretrial, dog.
Nah.
Shit is like a dungeon, and it's really bad, and it's, you know, and they treat
terrible.
You. Yeah, they treat you even worse or whatever. So
terrible.
Shout out to Brittany Griner, man. I hate, man, because sometimes I be thinking, like, just like this morning, man, I woke up, man, I sat on the side of the bed for probably 15, 20 minutes, like, cuz, you need to figure it out. And I'm just hating what I'm about to do. But man, that woman to do that shit so quick, man, and to be so glad to hop up and get in that car and go and do that little job, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's like perspective. I just had to just put it in perspective, man. So I just want to, you know, shout out to her, man, because I know that shit is tough.
Like I said, she's securing the bag, making sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, you never can make sure.
True.
Also, you know, shout out to Shani Jackme, man. I was interviewed on her
on that show. Y'all got to check out that episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When does that premiere?
It's out now.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good time, dog.
Yeah,
that was a good time.
Y'all look like y'all was having a ball.
Yo,
she's fun. She's fun.
You're never gonna have a dry moment with Shan, dog.
Right.
Not ever. Right. But one of the interesting things that came up, man, because the conversation kind of seemed like, you know, it's in a vacuum that's just, you know, we just picking a subject out of there. Man, we was talking about like whether or not men should ask a woman's body count, and right, and I had a
should men ask a woman's body count, meaning like how many men they slept with?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I think that's
should.
What do you think? Should men need to know? Should men ask that? Do they need to know that? What kind of man needs to know the answer to that?
So I don't think there's anything wrong with asking that question, depending on where the question's coming from. You understand what I'm saying? So you meet somebody, and personally, I just think, I mean, if you messing with somebody where you gotta ask that question, then I mean,
All right, great point.
You
Number one.
I mean? But everybody has a right to ask questions. You ask about a person's past. You ask about their family. You ask about their likes and dislikes. That could be in part of your interview. You know what I'm saying, with the person. However, the real question is, should they be held? Should you hold them accountable in some kind of way, or not even really hold them accountable, but should you judge them based on the answer? That's the question.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the question, but this is the reality. You asking the question for the right to judge. You want to judge. You want to do it. You want to be able to say, hey, LA, come on, man. You ain't got to be quiet, man.
You're supposed to judge the person you're going to be with.
No, I didn't say you wasn't supposed to. I just said you want to do it.
Yeah.
And you said you want to make it seem like that's a bad thing.
No, I don't.
No, all right. Well, so it's
No, he's not saying that's a bad thing. Yeah. That's not what he's saying.
So nobody. So then nobody's saying it. Then so then nobody's saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's like I'm saying.
I don't
you're
really
doing it.
Look at it as I don't look at it as judgment. I just look at it as you're receiving information. You're taking in the information. Like this is who you're dealing with. You need to know. You have a right to know who you're dealing with. You have a right. So. Some people don't ask the question because they want to go on trust or whatever. You don't always have to ask. Listen.
What do they want to trust?
I'm saying? I'm saying some people don't ask the question because they're just going on like they don't feel they need to. But again, if you're with somebody where you feel you need to ask that question,
all right, I want to ask both of y'all. I want to ask both of y'all a question.
Yeah.
In what situation do you think you don't need to ask that question? And in what situation do you feel like you need to ask that? Me, I say like, okay, I am never going to ask that question.
Right.
Me, I'm not.
I have never asked that.
I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in that. A, because I know the pressure to answer is more than likely going to lead to a lie. Let's skip lying to me.
Yeah.
B, at the end of the day, if you have arrived to me without an STD,
right?
Hey, LA, I always.
How do you know?
I don't jump. I don't jump in the bed on the first. Now I do ask, have you ever had an STD?
Right.
And I do ask, do you have one now?
Right. And I do ask, have you had one now?
No, that ain't got one thing. Ain't got nothing to do with
but I know what you're saying.
You can get an STD with one person.
The intensity of the question.
A virgin can get an STD.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're mutually exclusive. I'm saying you might as well ask how many people you slept with if you're gonna ask about an STD because they're both.
That's super personal.
If they're clean, they're most likely to lie. I ain't never had one.
Right. But if they got one now,
if they got herpes,
now if you lie,
that shit going away for a couple of months.
Now before these cameras, you stupid.
You said she
it says in remission.
Because that's what herpes do.
Yeah, go in remission.
I know.
Right.
Come back.
I know.
So now she clean. She ain't got none of them warts.
But shut up, this nigga. But before we even look at this,
you peeking around and they're like, okay, I'll see.
That ain't crazy, man.
Yo, it's such a good thing people can't see him, dog, because he just did the visual.
It's true.
No, but before the cameras turned on, you actually had a good point when you said, "I need to know for my safety."
Yeah, for him.
Well, that's the question I asked for health.
It's two reasons actually.
The body count is more. Seems like more of a petty question to me.
No, it's not.
You asked that. You asked that.
I have.
You think it's a petty question to ask about the body count?
Yeah, man, shit petty, man.
17 years.
Me either. I never asked.
You know what I mean?
I never
Because
asked.
you don't know who she dealing with now, and she telling you it's just me and you. She might be sleeping with somebody now.
But we can get them answers for another kind of question. Now I ain't trying to say we should ask another kind of question.
I mean,
you can be like, "Hey, man, what's your situation?"
So look,
either way she can. I say either way she can lie to you.
either way she gonna lie to you.
Some of them might tell the truth.
some might tell the truth.
Some might.
The women in our age bracket aren't gonna tell the truth.
Not no woman our age is gonna tell the truth.
Nah. And that's what we were talking about before too.
LA, you can't say
this
that.
generation,
I can absolutely say that.
this
know I usually don't like doing absolutes.
You don't, man. And you don't. You
like
always
the
generalizations. You always keep us out of that. And then, but now we gotta accept this one.
He said our whole age range would.
Every one of the women our age range gonna lie to us about the body count.
But you know why though?
Why?
Why?
Talk to.
The young.
This generation is more. This generation is.
They are more ashamed.
No, they're not. They're
our age though.
No, it ain't a shame.
What is it?
They were taught that that's none of nobody's business. They were taught to be more chaste. Save yourself for your man. The women in our age group, they were the ones taught
more chaste.
They were taught
I like how he said that.
They were taught how to be mothers first, to be wives first. The generation now, the women coming up now, they're taught men ain't worth a damn. Do what you got to do, girl. Hot girl summer.
45.
Hot girl summer,
46
yeah.
thinking that. You thinking that? You think 45 and 46 thinking that?
No, I'm talking about the young women that are
Now,
30 and
30
this 30 and younger.
Yeah. That's how they think, man.
Huh.
I got 2 daughters, 2 older daughters. So I know.
I don't. I don't have no.
Yeah, that's how they think now. They think, why the fuck, you want to know? All right, 35. But you just 22. Yeah, exactly. Now what? And then you go, oh, okay, well, I'm still going to hit you, but
yeah.
That's another thing. That's do the damn body count even matter?
It actually does.
But if you just going to smash anyway, do it matter?
Yeah, it does.
Well,
how
you talking about if you just going to smash anyway, is this somebody you trying to, that's another thing. Is this somebody you trying to be with? Is this somebody?
Yeah, like it potentially.
So it does matter.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. It's 2 sides of the coin. Potentially somebody you might want to be with, or it might actually be a rando.
A rando, you're not going to ask that question to.
I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna
ask.
ask.
One night stand, you're not gonna ask how many dudes because you're.
Hey, I'm gonna just bring. I'm gonna bring my hardware with me.
You better strap up.
Yeah.
A one night stand, you're gonna.
But you can have 1,000 scraps on with that herpes, dog. That's them herpes gonna get your ass.
Crabs, herpes.
So the question is still necessary then, right?
It's not. It's only. I feel like, and when you said that, that's why I was like, I feel like stop texting me.
I know I'm getting the same thing.
Shit.
We all look all
at
of
the
us
same damn time.
at the same time.
I feel like my you only need to ask that question if it's somebody that you feel like going the distance with. Anybody that's just some tonight type stuff.
I never really had to ask that question, man. You know,
you don't ask it. You don't ask it just to be asking.
Why?
You know why?
Well, yeah, I want to hear this. Why why was there never a reason for you to ask that question?
Because the women I've been with, I know I got to know them, and I never felt like this. I don't think I need to ask this question. Like I got to know them. No, never afraid to ask, but I never felt the need to. I never looked at this person like, you know what? She seemed like she kind of fast or or have been fast in the past
But see, that's unneeded judgment. You shouldn't ask because of the way they seem.
Yeah, well, not even that. It's just the energy. Like for me, like I said, it's a vibe. Like, yo, I connect with people differently. Like I'm not looking at you and like you said, judging on surface like, oh, they seem loose or it's not even like that.
See, and that's why women our age don't tell.
I think
because of that.
You
seem loose.
I think we all know.
Shit, their grandma was saying to them.
It seem loose, right? You a floozy. Your grandma be like, she's a floozy.
The reality though.
They be using words like floozy.
The reality brings us to this, dog. You can feel a lot of things about people.
I know. I knew you were gonna say that.
But I don't want to go so hard on it though. Look, there was a time I would have been like, "Let's cut this shit." I want to kind of respect that, man, because it's cool to have that peace of mind when you approach things like that, and I don't want to try to undo that for nobody. If you got that kind of peace of mind for it, cool. But I just want to be, the devil on your shoulder and always remind you, man, you can feel a lot of things because we all have. Mm-hmm. We've all felt a lot of positive things and say, oh, this might blah blah blah, and somebody has brought us something different.
No doubt.
And there's no real reason why somebody might not bring you a STD.
Well, let me say this. I know, right? Yo, he's
look. I was trying to. This
right. Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
By the way, I don't give a fuck years old.
No. I mean,
that's how old I am.
We definitely don't ask that question.
So look, check this out. It's funny because the women I've been serious with, that I've been in serious relationships with, I never had to ask. They would volunteer the information. And it would be a casual conversation. It ain't like we sitting down like, you want to know how many men I've been with, or you want to. they'll be like, "This is how many boyfriends I had." Well, did they lie? Yeah. I know. Of course, we could. Of course, they could.
Yo, man,
what's the reason?
What was the reason?
Saying it.
At some point in our relationship, and I'm not saying this is like it happened like at the gate, like we start dating and they told me this, but you be with somebody long enough, those conversations, you talk about
and
that.
People just divulge.
They do.
I've never been with somebody that just came out and told me. Yeah. I've been married 3 times.
Yeah, well.
I've never been with somebody who just said, you know what?
You've been married 3 times.
I banged out.
What are you trying to say, dog? What are you trying to say?
What does that even mean?
What does that mean?
I'm just saying.
You ain't saying nothing.
All right.
Well, I mean, he's saying you've been married 3 times, then you've had 3 fails.
No,
I didn't say that.
I'm on my 3rd marriage.
I'm not saying that.
And what's a fail?
And that don't mean a fail. No, I'm not saying
well,
that's a fail.
So what do you mean when you've been married 3 times?
I'm being sarcastic. However.
All right.
However.
What does the sarcasm imply?
I'm
not letting you out, man. Because now he's looking at me, and I want you to come clean on your shit.
At you.
Yeah, because I didn't say the shit you did.
At me. I said it.
Yeah, because you didn't want to. You
looking at me.
He said the fail shit.
The fail. Yeah, I never said that.
But I'm speaking for him.
I don't know
one way. Okay, you've been a smart ass. All right.
However, now as far as the woman divulging the information, again, you be with somebody long enough, you're gonna have. We talk about everything, so those conversations come up.
But why?
Because I don't know why. It's just like
women tend.
We're talking about. Sometimes we talk about our exes. Sometimes we talk about our exes. You're saying what? They're trying to tell you something like it's a guilt.
No,
like,
man, I just waiting on you to answer his question.
I don't have an answer for that. I don't know why. It's just, again, we talk about everything. So when you're with somebody for a long period, for years, you are going to have these conversations. So look, I would be alarmed if it was out the gate. I would kind of be alarmed if it was out the gate.
What do we call out the gate? First 6 months?
Yeah.
For the first 6 months?
For me.
You would be alarmed.
Yeah. So for the first 6 months.
I would be not alarmed, but my antennas would be raised.
For the first 6 months, if that conversation came up, you'd be like,
no, my antennas would be raised because I would be like, what? Now I would kind of look at what is being told to me. Like, okay, you say it was 4. Was it really 14? Or was it really 44? Are you trying to tell me something? Are you know what I'm saying? Like,
I guess I'm different because if they tell me out the gate, I'm thinking more like, okay, they just want to get it out the way.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's another way of looking at it.
Years from now, you all of a sudden you say, hey, yeah, I slept with how many guys? Have you been sleeping with guys since we've been together? And you adding them to the tally?
Ooh,
you see what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't think of that. Look, I ain't think about that.
Why you waiting so late?
Yeah, true.
The job that you went in the cooler with.
Let me tell you something.
They was 15, and you told me you.
Yeah, I never been, but I know I ain't been. I know I never been with nobody like that.
But a woman can straight up ask a man.
Oh, because the body count don't count with a man.
Why?
Because of the double standard.
We're expected
because of the double standard.
We're expected to cheat. We're expected to.
Because of the double standard.
We're expected to be with a lot of women. We're expected to cheat. We're expected to be,
It's
that's
slime.
A dumbass double
we're
standard.
Slime.
But
and you know what? You're right.
I mean, come on now.
That's
all
true.
Guys, like that's what we.
You're a hero if you fuck a lot of girls.
Really?
Come on, man. We went to the same high school, big dog.
But see, I was a nerd in high school. I wasn't sleeping with nobody. I was a virgin until I was 16, 17 years old.
I was not. And
you know what I mean?
And all of them, and I don't want to name names.
You said until you was what, 16, 17?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next time was until I was 19 or 20.
I mean, look. That's actually admirable.
I want in.
Oh, that's admirable. Yeah, that's admirable. I don't want to.
I salute.
And I've been in way too many conversations where some man would have responded to him like, "Shit, I was 9, nigga." Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Like that. Fuck that. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad to hear that shit, dog.
It's true.
That's good.
I was thinking about that shit, man. I was in band, drama.
He said, I'm glad to hear that.
I was in all kinds of
shit. I'm just glad somebody wasn't doing that shit because we was chasing that shit.
Right.
And it was pressure to do that shit. I remember
it was pressure to do it.
It was pressure to do that shit, man. I remember hanging with. Oh man,
it's crazy. I don't even want to.
My
own person. I don't feel pressure about
women or the men.
Oh,
He's
it was
saying
pressure
about
from
the men.
the homies, man.
Yeah,
Man,
I knew what he was talking about.
High school, the young girls was trying to get out of that shit.
The crazy thing is when because I lost my virginity to somebody at Archer High, and I was pressured by females to do it.
Wow.
Like, it wasn't no dudes like, man, you go. No, it was other girls.
I guess every situation different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's no real reason why that can't be the case.
I've never been pressured to do that.
Yeah.
You know
I don't know
saying?
I don't know the choices. I don't know I don't know the stats on or the ratio on like how often that happens.
But you got to think about it though. The ratio got to be half skewed towards women because it's more women.
Well, yeah. Now he's being statistical about it.
Numbers. It got to be.
If you're talking about, but it's not always the numbers.
Before I sign up for gotta be, I would need to see that.
Yeah, it's not always because there's.
You say what now?
That more women cheat than men cheat.
Because there's more women.
I don't
in
need
the
to
world.
sign up for that.
That's not.
I don't need to sign up for
But
that.
you know why they're skewed though? The same reason why we talk about women's body counts. A woman ain't gonna tell you if they cheat.
Right. That's the whole reason why the body count is pointless to ask about.
Exactly.
The lie.
But it makes you feel better if you ask. At least I asked. So later on, if we find out that wasn't true, you know what I mean? Then it can be like, all right, man. You know, if you lied about that, what else you lying about? You know. But if a woman got 5 kids, ain't no need to ask.
Oh my God, dog.
They don't need to ask. If
Yo,
she got multiple kids, ain't
By
no need to
different,
ask.
by different,
you want me to tell you
say
something
by
crazy,
multiple-
LA?
Yeah. Well,
I'm sorry. My bad.
no, you fine.
Nah, it dawned on me when LA said that. I dated a girl that had 3 kids, and she made it her business to be like, hey, I've only been with these 2 guys, and I was married. She actually made it her business to.
That's why I say it don't need
And
to
I
ask.
think that goes to his point when he said, I've been in situations where these women actually just roll that shit out.
Yeah, but once they have kids, you automatically assume it's been multiple partners. Even if it's only 2 kids, 1 dude, you're going to assume it's been multiple partners. You're going to assume. So there's no need to even ask her. If she come out and tell you, then it's like, all right.
Let me. I got a question.
All right.
How much does that really matter to you?
Let me tell you how much it matters.
Like,
I'm
seriously.
going to tell you how much it matters. You saw the interview.
Yeah.
I dated a virgin.
Did you?
I did.
Was she really?
She was a virgin. That was a virgin. That was a virgin, dog.
Yo, you are retarded.
That was a virgin.
Pardon me.
That was a virgin. That was a virgin. And
But why does that matter?
because she didn't have no skills.
I know a lot of women that ain't virgins ain't got no skills.
Good. Because I wish I would have met her.
mean, you know.
I wish I would have. I didn't meet her.
That
does
make you
happen.
feel worse, don't it?
So he said, why do it matter? And a lot of times, I was just about to say this, a lot of times I ain't mad at your body count because I want you to have that experience. I want you to have that experience.
Well, you can have that experience with the right one partner.
That's true too.
So
that's bullshit though. Me expecting you to have one partner is insane.
I'm not saying expect that, but I'm just saying contrary to what you just said, you can have that experience with the right one partner.
There is nowhere in the hell. Look, man, just like LA said before these cameras turned on.
If you with the right one,
you
go
man, I need to get to these.
The right one.
I need to get to these questions.
I'm
gonna say this, and I'm gonna piggyback off of what LA said before the cameras turned on. If you in your 40s and your body count under 10, I want to know why.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
Your body count under 10?
Reason.
There's a reason why you ain't did nothing.
Man, I met people who married their childhood sweetheart. They got married at 16.
I didn't say the reason why I was going to be bad.
Yeah, there's always different reasons.
And it may be low because you might have had some type of trauma, sexual trauma in your life.
Everybody's different.
But I'm saying
that's why.
So
now I need to approach it in a different way. That's true, man.
I was with a woman who was sleeping with a lot of guys, and it's because she was raped when she was young, and she thought that's what guys just wanted from her. And I was also with a young lady who same thing happened, and she didn't want to be with a man sexually at all. She didn't want a man touching her at all. So that's another reason to ask these questions, because you need to really, one, your safety and your health. 2, is she messing with a bunch of dudes right now while y'all together and talking about y'all gonna be faithful and clear with each other? And 3, does she have any underlying trauma you're going to have to deal with?
Yeah.
Like, it ain't all about being masculine and a man shouldn't ask a woman. No, you need to know these things for those 3 reasons.
I've always been with women that is a great point, and I've always been with women that have been very open with me. Like I said, they roll that shit out because like you said, if there's trauma or something going on, he ain't feeling that response. I've always been with women that was super open with me. You understand? Because I'm open with them. I don't. But and you know if somebody, if I'm lying.
Why.
Yeah.
But that is why. You just said why. We both sit here like, why would they just come out and tell you? It's the reason why is because you came out and told them.
I'm always open. I'm exactly. 1,000.
So that's the reason why. It wasn't
keep it 1,000.
It wasn't just y'all eat macaroni and cheese. She said, I fucked 15 dudes. And you like, oh, okay.
And I had to learn that early on just to, whether you going to hurt that person's feelings or not, you gotta tell the damn truth, man. You got to be open. Period. You gotta be open. I'm telling you.
No, you should.
Hey,
be open.
You know what?
Should be.
You know what? That's funny.
Right.
Let me hop in there, because this question that just came to me. It says, "What are your thoughts on transparency between couples?"
Wow.
Now, the reason why I wanted to ask that question though, because I seen this thing with Steve Harvey. Actually told this dude, man, you ain't got to be transparent about everything because there are some things that are going to unravel your situation. Mm-hmm. I actually said, if the truth unravels your situation, then that bitch needs to come apart.
You should have. It should have happened.
But at the same time, you're absolutely right. I totally agree. If you're going to tell somebody the truth and it's going to break up whatever y'all got going on, but some things just if you like wearing female panties,
you need to say something about that.
No, leave it alone. why are you telling your girl your quirks like that? Like,
cause she need.
No, she.
What if she ain't fucking with that?
But that's exactly the point. It's not nothing you need to tell her. If she don't know, why tell her? If it's
that'll give her a choice to be like, I want to rock with this or not.
Why though? But
she deserved the right to have a choice.
No, she don't deserve the right to know that. Now, if
she had the right to no. Listen to what I said. She has the right to have the choice to say I want to rock with that or not.
No, some things
that's just weird.
Fuck alone. Exactly.
That's just weird. Fuck alone. You're fucking with a weirdo.
If you at work and some girl is hitting on you every day,
I just want you to know you fucking with a weirdo.
Yeah. Why does it might sound like this? Oh, if you at work and some girl hitting on you every day, that's something you bring back. Hey,
I'm just saying.
It's a girl at work, he hitting on me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You like to wear women underwear when ain't nobody around? Why tell her that?
Oh, okay, when ain't nobody around.
Yeah.
Okay, don't get caught, though, cuz.
If you get caught, then shit.
Now she know.
And can I say this, too? You might agree, might not agree. That whole somebody hitting on you thing, too, at work, okay, now hitting on you is like, that's aggressive. That's like, yo, they asking me out. I agree with that. Flirting, somebody flirting with you at the job.
That's still hitting on you.
Same thing.
The same
is it?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, okay.
You trying to take it up another level. That joint was on the same level.
Yeah, you
need to bring that home?
No, you talk about sexual harassment.
I'm just saying.
No.
You talk about HR issues, human resource issues.
You need to tell somebody at your job.
But some girl,
you need to tell somebody.
No, but wait. So you need to bring that home?
No, hell no.
That's what okay. No. I thought you were saying you need to bring.
You need to tell your girl that, because that would become a problem. Because say you work, like where I work at, I live close to my job.
Really?
Yeah. And most of the people that I work with live close to the job. If a girl hitting on me every day, I like the way your cologne smell. Man, I know you were bow-legged. You know, shit like that. And me and my wife at Food Depot, and she down one aisle, and I'm down another aisle.
Food Depot.
You know what I mean? But this shit has happened. And she walk up behind me and poke me or something. Hey, what you doing up here? Blah, blah, blah. And my wife happened to come behind.
Well, you need to tell her you got a wife.
But women don't.
There you go.
Nigga, I wear a ring.
Can I say something, LA?
And men don't care. Sorry.
I feel you on that. I don't necessarily agree with that. I feel like if the flirting is aggressive.
See, that's when women will call you a cheater.
No.
Yeah.
Because I'm not flirting back.
It don't matter.
It all depends on what your intentions are.
And let me
you got
a
decision to make in this situation.
Let me say this.
That's why you call home.
And let me say this. If that was happening to her,
I would do that though.
You wouldn't care?
I would not care unless she's entertaining that.
Oh my God!
Now, if it's to a point, I agree. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm gonna listen.
If it's uncomfortable and this person is on her, yes, bring that shit home. But if it's like well, you know what? That's another question.
Work husband?
Yeah, here we go. That's another good question. I don't like the work husband because that's close. That's real close. You know what I'm saying?
But a dude,
the work husband.
But a dude can tell your girl every time she come to work, girl, you look good today.
You said every time.
How the hell you gonna stop him?
But that's
how you gonna stop him?
It don't matter how excessive. Because
if it's excessive,
because small shit lead to big shit. If she ain't saying,
is that a work husband?
First of all, if that's day,
bring you lunch, y'all go to lunch together, shit like that. That be that work husband, wife shit.
There's some motherfuckers at my job like that.
Oh, it's some folks at
and
my job.
I be like, word, and this woman is married.
Yeah,
I be like,
yeah, nah.
Damn, they go to lunch every day.
I have women at my job. They bring their own food in one of the buildings I go to, and they always offering me food, and I always say, no, I'm good. Number one, I don't like community food. A bunch of shit.
Yeah.
You know, everybody fit. I don't like that shit.
I don't like community food either.
Yeah.
Number one, I don't like community food.
I don't.
My thing is, if you're crossing,
shit, they be like, "Lawrence, you want some pizza?" No,
if you're crossing the line, then yeah, it needs to be brought home.
So you honestly, you think a little bit of flirting is cool?
Let me tell you something.
This is a good time.
Let me tell you something.
It really is.
My ex, my ex that passed,
Yeah.
Cece.
Yep.
Beautiful woman. She used to get hit on all the time. If she told me every single time somebody flirted with her,
no, it would
be annoying as fuck. If I told her every time somebody flirted with me, it would be annoying.
It only take the one. If it's the same guy every time.
Now that's different.
But that's what we're saying. I would say every woman in the
yeah, that's what I thought. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Like the repetitive one guy.
That's different. Yeah, you do. Yeah, bring it home. Bring that to the table.
Yeah, I thought that was what we were talking
I'm just bringing this to your attention.
Because
Ralph at the job.
Because
you need a man with sensitivity.
I think he was gonna go there.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
But if your significant other don't tell you that shit, what are they thinking? Are they entertaining that shit?
If they don't tell you, they may possibly be.
Then
you have to question their intentions.
Yeah.
Why not say that? That's why when you said that, I was like, I'll say something.
Maybe.
Ain't no maybe.
Yeah. You're right. I think I have to agree with you on this one, LA.
My wife will go places, and she'll call me, and she'll say, "Man, this dude keep trying to talk to me," and every time, and you know how hyper aggressive my black ass is, and every time I say, "Put me on speakerphone." Every time. And she'll put me, you can ask her, she'll put me on speaker. She go, oh shit. Because she knows she'll put me on speakerphone and cuss out. So she put me on speakerphone and I say some shit like, where the kids at? So he can hear a male voice. Because usually when we hear that shit, we back off. You know what I mean? Yeah. Only a psycho will be like, fuck that nigga
with some bullshit ass intentions.
You know,
exactly.
Everybody else will bag off. And she's done that several times. She'll be at Walmart, some guy say something, and she'll be like, man, this dude don't follow me over 2 hours trying to talk to the kids. Put me on speakerphone. But if your spouse or mate don't do shit like that, what are their real intentions?
No, I agree with that, LA. I agree with that, LA.
I think I have to agree with that as well.
Let's move on to the next question.
What's the next question?
Teresa want to know is...
That was a good question, though.
That was a good question. You might not like the next one. What is...
He's setting it up.
What is the ideal number of phone calls that a couple should make every day?
None. The fuck?
As many as you want. As many as you want.
Hey, man, you literally can answer every question like that, though.
Neither. It could be no calls. It could be no calls. I've been accused of not calling enough.
That's a dumbass argument.
I'm gonna take it even farther and say this. I don't want to. I'm gonna take it even farther and say this. If you are dating a woman that requires more phone calls than you are willing to make, don't date that woman.
There you go. Bingo.
Don't date that woman, dog.
I haven't agreed with you in a long time.
How old is Teresa?
Teresa got to be 50.
Now she in her 40s.
Yeah,
okay.
I use her real name, so I ain't gonna use her real age.
That's that age range right there where women want you calling every 15 minutes. If you ain't doing that, call me.
That fool said she was in her 50s.
Yeah, it's that age range, 35 to about 50. It's them women, that age range where they be like, "Oh, you ain't calling me."
It's not a
I'm scared of 50-year-olds.
It's not a
You about to be there,
but I don't want to date now.
It's not a bad it's not a stupid question though. It's not.
It isn't.
Nah, I don't think so.
It kind of was.
Yeah, I don't think
It's slick was stupid.
No,
but the only reason why I'm a campaign for it a little bit though, because there are women that really do like to talk on the phone.
That's why it's not.
Dudes. I know dudes that will sit there and call their girl
every 2 times. Every hour.
Let me ask you this:
hour,
do you think that's tied to an insecurity?
I think both
it's definitely attachment.
No, it's insecurity. You gotta hear my mother.
There's no real reason why both of y'all ain't right.
There's attachment issues. Now,
there might be some
you
attachment.
Just like hearing that person's voice.
That's right. Number 3.
You know,
I need to call my wife because she'll tell you. I'll call her if I'm bored at work. I'm sitting in my
bed. That was that the right answer.
I'll call her and she'll pick up the phone. She'll be like, "Yeah," and I say, "Oh, you don't feel like talking?" Nah, I'm playing the game on my phone, and it ain't no bye. Love you. It's click. And I call somebody else, or I do something else.
You don't never let nobody tell you something is wrong with that, though.
Because
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Here's the thing.
It ain't nothing wrong with that.
It starts being forced. You start feeling like you feel obligated to call. No, I don't want you to feel obligated to call me. Like call me because you want to call me.
As a matter of fact, that what makes relationships boring. If you telling me what you're doing for 8 hours a day while you at work, when you get home, there's nothing to talk about. You don't told me motherfucking everything.
Well, and it also makes relationships unauthentic when you feel forced to call them.
Inauthentic.
Yeah. Thank you. You
grab the police.
Well, I mean, the man is a writer.
I necessitate the reciprocal, my linguistical a saturation of the situation led me to my pronunciation of the word.
Don't fucking call me all day.
The word.
If it's something important, call me.
Don't fucking call me all day, man. Look. Some people
my last 3 relationships
needed.
We used to talk all that way. Day. My last 3 relationships, we talk all day.
And how soon was it in all 3 of those that you got tired of hearing that person's voice?
I never got tired of it.
I love that.
I'm gonna talk because I am a host on a podcast.
Did they?
Huh?
Did they get tired of hearing your voice?
You gotta ask them.
You know
one of them. She.
I know.
Yeah, ask her. You.
One thing with women, when they get to the end, they start telling you all the motherfucking truth. How many dudes they don't fuck? If they
one thing, you know what, man? I had that conversation so open with all of them, man. First of all, I don't give a fuck how many dudes you fuck.
Why not? Oh, we ain't gonna get back into that. We already said.
I don't care nothing about that shit. That shit ain't gonna make or break me one way or another. You fucking me now, and then you
scratch.
I said the same.
Nah,
I said the same thing. You scratch with one that tells you they only been with 2 people.
You said when you scratch it. Look, I didn't even get that until later on. I was like, sometimes shit be. I said sometimes shit be itching.
But regardless of how many people she slept with, if she got something she gave to you, still she could tell you it was 2 people.
I'm gonna keep it a Hondo, man.
That's why it don't matter.
It does matter.
I'm gonna take a book out of his page though.
A page out of his book.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
A book out of my.
I'm gonna take a page out of your book. The Karma Donna's book. What's in this cup? The Karma Donna's book. I'm gonna take a page out of that and say I felt comfortable with knowing that I could not ask them questions, not care about the count, and then be like, all right, these people I'm more than
chapter 3, verse 15.
Now, if I would have got burnt, I would have had to take a page out of the book that I just tried to hand you. I tried to hand it right. I got it from him, and
it's too late now. Fuck the book. Get out the library. Go to the hospital.
That's the reality. You're right. Fuck the book. Get out. Go to the hospital.
Go to the hospital. Get out the library, go to the hospital.
Did we answer that? Yeah. We answered that whole, it's too.
Don't be trying to call.
Don't call out. LA don't like calls all day. I like to talk. I love to talk.
Let me tell you something.
I love to hear about your shit. This shit is cool.
I dated dated somebody that was boring. Like I get on the phone.
Can't do that. Can't do that shit. Hell no.
And I'm forcing. I had to literally force conversation. So I'm like,
how was she sexual?
You know what? Boring.
So she's just a boring ass girl.
Yeah.
And that wanted you to call all the time.
Yep. I didn't hear from you. I didn't hear from you. What's going on?
That's how most of them are. You rarely get a good conversation.
Yeah.
Especially the people that want you to talk.
I was with somebody boring. I don't like boring.
They just want to.
I just don't like boring.
On the fucking phone.
Any real reason we can't? You got the video or no?
Yeah,
I sent you one.
Go to the videotape.
To the videotape. We gotta knock this out. It's gonna be short though.
You ain't gonna be able to hear it.
That's
hit the speaker for me. Push the speaker button for me.
Oh, over
there?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yo, shout out to our listeners that know when we're recording and send us messages and try to.
Oh, I had to learn this. I do not correct my husband. I believe that it is my responsibility to have the confidence to give him my perspective. Then we can talk about it and he can self-correct. I love him so much and I desire to honor and respect him. And I married him, so I would assume that he wants me to feel the same exact way. To take my perspective into high consideration with his actions. But I married a grown man. I'm not going to be disrespectful and talk to him like a child.
Woo!
Yeah.
Take it up high, big dog, but high though. You know what I'm saying? Bam.
So I feel a lot of what she just said. You wanna? I mean, how you feel? Because that really touched your soul. That really touched your soul.
The crazy part of it all is I've never seen the entire video. I just saw like the first 15 seconds of it, and then I was like, I'm sending this to LA for us to talk about it. The rest of it was like, okay, wow. Realistically, should we be looking for that? Don't hold your breath. People are.
You should be looking for it, but will you get it realistically? Don't hold your breath. But you should.
Fine.
Look for it.
I'll take that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can want it. He's right. You can look for a lot of things, but people come with way too many different mindsets and upbringings and presets, and they might not roll out to be that. Now, shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? She's that's solid.
I'm gonna tell you what threw me off.
You had a raw reaction to it at first.
Yeah, because the very first thing she said is, I don't correct my husband. Now, I think what she meant is either in public or disrespectfully. I want somebody to correct me if I'm wrong.
That's exactly what she said.
I think she meant belittle.
Yeah, but the way she said it, correct.
Yeah.
So she said correct. So I heard correct.
Yeah.
I don't correct my husband. And then what she said after that kind of, cleaned everything up. Because, I want my wife to correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Now, there's a time and place to do it and a way to do it. But we need to be helping this. We're building each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but when it gets disrespectful, like, you know what I'm saying? You're belittling that person or you doing it like, okay, if I'm wrong, like if she's here right now, I say something crazy and I'm wrong and she correct me on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Really?
That's the best time to do it.
Really? You won't be invited back. No, let me stop. No, there's a time and place for everything. And it depends on what it is and the subject matter.
We don't learn. We don't evolve without pressure. You get what I'm saying? So just like with a kid, if you embarrass a kid in front of other people, they'll never do that shit again.
But what spawns from that embarrassment?
I don't know if
you might actually get the initial reaction that you are looking for. But what spawns from that embarrassment?
It could be two things.
Are they both positive?
One can be positive, the other can be very negative.
So are we willing to roll the dice on the negative?
You always are willing to roll the dice on the negative in any situation because you never know what it takes to get the results you need. Every time you walk out the door, you're rolling the dice on the negative.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Every time. We can't aspire to have good relationships with good women and not crack a bunch of badass eggs.
In what situation do you advocate embarrassing a child?
All the time.
Got you.
Embarrassing a child?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You rolling so long on that one.
Yeah, I don't.
All the time.
Yeah,
I believe you.
I don't agree with it, but everybody. I mean, everybody's different.
Yo, let me see that. Let me see that.
It's my homegirl. I might invite her.
All right.
But the reason why I'm saying that, I'm not saying that in a malicious.
I say do it.
I'm not saying. Oh yeah. I'm not saying it in a malicious way. I'm not saying it like scar them for life.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But I'm saying that sometimes.
It's severities on embarrassment.
Yeah. It ain't to the extreme.
Yeah.
Where you doing shit every day and you do it in the front of. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to.
Yeah.
A whooping is embarrassing.
It is.
Yes, it is.
I remember at Boy. You remember Boy Elementary?
Yeah.
Man, I went to Boy Elementary, man. On this girl who I went to school with, man, she got a whipping in front of the whole class, man, and she was never the same again.
Mm-mm.
But that don't mean they're not going to do it again, though.
No, usually they won't do it around you.
Yeah, true. Okay, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
but I'm still of the school.
If your girl
I'm not.
I mean, it's the PC thing to say, but you know what I mean. It's good to say. You know what I mean, that I wouldn't do my kids like that. Yeah, sure. And then when that motherfucker in jail, and you go, well, I thought I raised you right. You tried, Mom, but you know.
I think the contrast between like embarrassing a child and a woman being respectful to a man, there might be several degrees of variance on that. Yeah. But to her point though, I say this, I respect a lot of decorum. Mm-hmm. Situations are like, should I say this now? You know what I'm saying? Have the decorum to make the right decision based on how you know I react.
No doubt.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. True.
I don't care.
That's true.
And that was my point.
But it also depends on what you said. If you say something crazy and somebody need to correct you, would you rather it be your boy?
I see what you're saying.
Or your wife. That was my point. My point ain't some loud talking ass woman that every time you say something, she goes, no, you didn't. You did say something. No,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
But
I get what
rather your wife correct you in public.
Yeah, I guess it would depend on the situation.
That still fall on that. That's still, and I don't even disagree with that. But that still falls under the umbrella of decorum.
Yes, it does.
You still gonna use a certain level of discretion in regards to me.
But also too, she might save your ass because you don't hear yourself, and she's saving you.
If that's the case, now I done been in that situation.
Let's roll the tape back,
I done been in that. I done been that guy.
She'll pull you aside after the show and be like, you know what? Did you hear yourself?
Yeah.
I actually saved you.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I done been that. I done been that guy. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So let me take it back. I don't mean you should be embarrassing nobody just for the sake of embarrassing somebody, because somebody hear that. If you are fucking wrong,
right,
and your spouse checks you right there, some people egos can't take it.
Yeah.
But most of us, my wife do it to me all the time. I told my wife, I said, I'm not eating no more junk food. She said, really? I said, yep, no more sodas, no more cakes, no more chips and that.
Oh, wow.
And then yesterday I brought a bag of chips home, plain chips.
She took them bitches and put them in the disposal.
No. I started eating them. And she stood there for a minute and she said, I thought you weren't eating no more bad food. I said, I'm not. No, instead of sticking the chip in my mouth. She said, you know, you sitting there in my face eating chips. And I said, yeah, but they ain't got no flavor on them. She said, give them to your daughter. And my two girls were standing there and I was embarrassed. Because she called me out on my bullshit. Wow. I was embarrassed. But you know what I did? I gave the baby the chips.
Yeah, no doubt.
You have to, like you said, you have to have somebody that's willing to correct you and not afraid to.
Mm-hmm. You do.
Us,
absolutely.
We put off these egos where people are.
But she says she would give her perspective and then give him the opportunity to act accordingly. Is that just too light? No, I mean,
I'm laughing at
his reaction to that. Yeah, I understand why he's saying that though. I mean, he's right. There's a level of bluntness that's necessary in a lot of situations. Sometimes people are just Sometimes people are on their road, and they're like you just said, like, you know, if you own your thing, that perspective shit ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like, and some people might need to be corrected. Yeah. So I understand. I get his reaction to that.
Facts.
I got more though. I don't know what.
I know one more. One more because we got a few minutes.
What we doing?
I mean,
no. I mean, you got. No, I'm gonna let you finish.
No. I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead. We almost finished. We about finished right now.
No. We are. I got one more. Do you consider yourself, and this is for all the men in the room, do you consider yourself a forgiver?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. Good chat.
I do. Yeah.
Good.
For sure.
That's good.
Detriment sometimes.
That was a question.
No, that was a question. Do you consider
who asked that question?
Shan.
Because I want to be forgiven. Because I'm not perfect.
No, somebody can forgive you without you forgiving.
I know. But at the same time,
I don't care if other people forgive me. I never have.
Yeah.
But I can't. I've never been the type of person that hold grudges.
Because that hurts you. That ain't really affecting that person.
It ain't even because it hurts
me.
It's just because that's not how my mama raised me.
Yeah.
Cowards hold grudges.
Interesting. I want to hear more about that.
But it's the truth.
Cowards hold grudges.
Because if I hold a grudge against you, I'm making it where I'm putting in my mind I never want to see you again, never want to talk to you again, which means that I don't want to rectify the situation.
Right. So there is no situation in the world that you like, I ain't never going to talk to that motherfucker again. Fuck him. Or her.
No. Even if I don't, my first wife, I hate her. And I know hate is a wrong word, but I hate her.
You mean that?
Oh, yeah. Because it's not because she did anything to me personally. It's because of what my kids have told me, now that they're adults, what she said about me. He an atheist. He worshiped the devil. He a gangbanger. Like, all three of my kids on separate occasions has told me all this. On all three of them, different conversations. So
that's it.
Yeah. Well, are you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know. Glad you answered that shit like that.
How am I atheist and I represent that? That don't even make sense.
Exactly.
But yeah, I hate her. But if I had to talk to her,
I hate that you hate somebody.
I want you to release that.
That you,
man. I hate that you hate her. Never.
Wow.
Because you never means you holding a grudge though.
No, I'm not holding a grudge because you just asked me would I ever talk to her.
Oh, you said you would never talk to her.
I will. I'll talk to her tomorrow if it was a reason.
I'm confused because what is the never for?
The never is my feelings for her. I told my daughter yesterday. As a matter of fact, Victoria watches y'all show, and I told Victoria yesterday. I said, she said something because she don't like her mom either, and because all this stuff came back, and all of them came to me and said, we realized mom was lying about you, yada yada yada. And I told people that a while ago, 10, 15 years ago. I said, when they get older, they're gonna come to me and they're gonna say,
yes, they will.
Blah blah blah. So Victoria said, yeah, are you gonna be at her funeral when she passed? I said, I'm probably not.
Yo, they talking about the funeral.
Wow.
True story. This is what Victoria told me.
Piss on you if you was on fire.
No, it ain't that deep. But as far as caring about her, it was a point where I said, yeah, I still care about her because she's the mother of my kids. She's my first wife. But I don't have any. You know what? Hate is wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Hate, no, it's not wrong at all. You can hate who you want to hate.
You can hate who you want to hate. He said it's the wrong word.
Hate is the wrong word.
Yeah.
I nothing her.
Okay.
Might actually be worse.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I like that though. I like that you chose that word.
At least
I never heard that. I never heard that before.
But are we glad that he chose a worse word?
I nothing her. No, that nothing is not good or bad. It's just I don't got nothing.
Any feelings?
I got nothing.
Energy, it's too much energy to hate. So
yeah.
I nothing her. Something can happen to her tomorrow, and I would feel bad for the kids. But me myself, it'd be like whatever.
Wow.
Roses.
Oh, we don't.
This week. So check this out. guys, we about to do another segment. We're about to do a new segment.
Cool.
We ain't gonna do it today.
Explain the segment.
I'm gonna explain the segment. We're deading roses. The reason we're deading roses, and actually, I want y'all to vote. So here's the deal. We're either gonna do one of these two segments. We're either gonna do a segment, basically like it's an industry segment where we pick somebody in the industry that's doing phenomenal things.
Right.
Like, and I'll present this one the next time we're on, if we choose this one.
All right.
Like for instance, Kanye is building cars with Tesla. He got a concept car. I think the cars are foam or something like that. They're foam cars. The cars look fucking dope. They look dope.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know enough about it. I'm still researching that, but I thought that was phenomenal.
But why are we acknowledging Kanye?
So we're acknowledging industry people that are doing phenomenal things, that are doing things outside of what they're normally known for.
I got you.
Known for doing.
I got you.
Like, okay, you know, somebody opened a school, somebody's doing this. Cassette Michelle opened a school, this person's doing this, you know, that type of thing. Or we're giving dead roses. The dead roses are, because everybody got roses, everybody got flowers and this, that, and the third. I'm watching a lot of podcasts. I'm giving dead roses. These are people doing asinine things that deserve, we need to point them out and be like, yo, what's up with this person? What's up with so-and-so that did X, Y, and Z? I don't got a good example right now, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right? So we either gonna give dead roses or we're gonna do a what's poppin' section. What's poppin' is, hey, you heard about Kanye with the concept cars, boom, 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 got with Elon Musk.
I want to do dead roses because I'm just bullshit.
Well, I mean, look. We're going to let them decide.
I hear you.
But these are two new segments. We're done with roses. Look, everybody got that on their podcast. I don't want to be like everybody else, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're 20,
I didn't
we're 28
that.
episodes.
I didn't realize that. Because I'm not a huge.
I didn't realize it either.
I don't watch a lot of podcasts.
I really started paying attention. I'm like, oh,
I only watch
they
my
all
podcast.
do similar things like that.
Right.
So there's a lot of podcasts that do that.
All right.
So
fair enough.
Roses are dead, and we may be given dead roses. How about that?
I'm all about that life.
All right. And we're still gonna do I'm gonna let you finish.
I got I'm gonna let you finish.
Let's do it real quick. Do we no? Okay. I'm gonna let y'all finish and
Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah. I'm finished.
But in the meantime, in between time,
yeah.
We have fun. We're gonna do it again next week. Tune in to the Uncivil War podcast
with your boy D Trill
and Karma, aka
all right.
Naskanamini pop shots at your bean.
That's a whole one. That's a whole